Hey gang, welcome to the fan site. This is where success happens. I got a email from somebody who said that they were locked in the grip of fear when it came to prospecting. Let me tell you a little bit about prospecting. Okay, first of all, every salesperson has to do it. There's never been a successful business that has not required customers. And if you are in the business of selling and you rely on people that are going to give you a business order, whatever it is that you're selling, you need to make sure that you have a prospecting plan. There's a couple things that I think go into prospecting with purpose. Number one is it's really important to know that the people that you're prospecting are the people that are really a match for you. You know, when you have shared values with another person, then it's much easier to connect from a prospecting standpoint. One of the great questions that I want you to ask is, out of high trust selling, it is, who do I know who knows who I want to know? That's a very powerful question. Who do I know who knows who I want to know? Because your fear will turn into power when you have a referral to anybody that you might be prospecting for a business development appointment, for a sales interview, for whatever your prospecting has as its purpose. So remember that on the other side of fear is freedom, and if you can eliminate the fear in prospecting, then you will have the freedom to not only prospect whomever you want, but to increase the quality of people that you actually call on. So a second thought about prospecting that gives you freedom and removes fear is to really make sure that you know exactly why you want to do business with this person. And when you think about prospecting with regard to why, you've got to be thinking about that this is a winner, this is a top producer, this is a large company, this is somebody that if I can land this account and convert it to a long-term client, then it could be one of the best moves of my career. And so when you have a why behind who you're going after, not just prospecting anybody, because that leads to confusion and frustration, but prospecting the right people is where it's all about. Now, one of the ways in which fear goes away when you're prospecting is to take a look at your value propositions. What are your unique value propositions? In other words, when you have a lot of confidence in what you're going to be offering somebody that you're prospecting, it's a lot easier for you to make the call. And when you add the referral to that and you have high value and a referral, it's almost impossible to fail. And so I would ask you to really consider what your value proposition is. For example, when I was a mortgage lender, I was calling on real estate agents, and my number one value proposition was called the Consumer Referral Program. And I would call a real estate agent on the phone that I was referred to, and I'd say something like this: "Hey Betty, it's Todd. I was given your name by Ron at ABC Title Company. He wanted me to introduce you to an exciting business idea that he thought you might like. Is this a good time? It'll take 90 seconds. Well, basically, with a referral in only 90 seconds, you can probably get an audience. And I said, I simply want to introduce you to the Consumer Referral Program. It's a program whereby I bring buyers and sellers on a regular basis back to my real estate agents for them to show property to, sell property to, and help them buy property. Does that sound of interest to you?" And of course, most real estate agents would say yes. And then I'd simply close for an appointment. I'd say, "I'd like to come by your office for 45 minutes, spend some quality time with you, learn what you look for in your business partnerships, talk a little bit more about this idea and some others, and see if it doesn't make sense for us to consider a business relationship. When's a good time to meet?" That's all you have to do. And remember that fear is good as long as it doesn't paralyze you. Fear will tell you that you need to either look at your value prop, you need to look at your skill sets, you need to look at your scripts like I just laid out, and you need to really be confident in what you're going to say, both on the telephone to get the appointment, and then obviously when you get to the appointment, what to do there to lead them into a buying culture with you and your services. Okay? So I think it's important also to remember one final thing about prospecting. If somebody says no to you, it means not no forever. It means no, not right now. And so one of the great questions is, I obviously haven't created enough value for you to consider yes. What would I need to say for you to say yes today? And if they say nothing, then it's a matter of positioning, you know, whether they're loyal to some other supplier or some other provider or whatever. If the final answer is no, I would just simply say to, let's use a real estate agent again, I would say, you know, I appreciate that, Debbie. I admire your loyalty to John over at XYZ Financial. Here's what I'd like to do. Continue to get to know you, give you information you might find helpful in your business, and by doing that, I hope I put myself in a position that if your primary loyalty is ever change, the first person you'll think about is me. Is that okay? And when they say okay to that, then it's simply a matter of you staying in touch. It's called the law of incubation. The most profitable relationships mature over time. And I would always incubate a prospect for up to 2 years. And that will blow most of you away when you hear that. But about 8 out of every 10 dropped into relationship with me before the 2 years was up. Okay? So it's either yes now or yes later. It's never a matter of if. It's only a matter of when. Okay? So prospect with purpose. Take these 3 or 4 nuggets and make it work for you in your business. Okay? Take care. Check in regularly. We have a lot to offer you, and this is where success happens.